Here we go.
On MLG and Tika Shipyard, a very good map. I don't think it really favors anybody. It's pretty standard. It's a fight for that tower in the middle, whoever gets that. Now apparently HC won the first one, so we'll see what happens.
Right, we have HC, instead of spawning as Zerg, spawning as the dark blue Protoss, very manly color. And over here on the top right base, we have Sicario spawning as the light pink Zerg.
HC Nebula, I think is how you would pronounce that name.
Nebula, a nice, some kind of space term. I like to wander around on space wiki walks. It's always a good way to end your day or begin your night because they take quite a long time. Let's see.
Okay, so we'll see what happens. Z versus P, it can be very interesting.
Interesting play by the Zerg here. Going 10 Overlord rather than any kind of gas trick. He just decided to take that Overlord on 10. Nothing fancy.
Now, Protoss is not doing a fast forward expand, so I'm kind of interested how he's going to defend himself.
He's definitely not walling either. So hopefully there's no speedling play early in the game for this Protoss player. It could just break right into his mineral line.
And he probably realizes he made a mistake, maybe. Well, once Zerg, scouts him and says, no wall? Speedling time. Yeah, he definitely forgot. Because look, now he's putting down his...
He's putting the pylon right at the edge of the ramp.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, not exactly what I'd do, but, the Zerg went 10 Overlords, so, that's not what I'd do either. Zerg has a nice patrol on his drone down here, looking for them proxy pylons, expecting some kind of cannon rush or any other kind of cheese. I'm not sure if he knows who his opponent is yet, because I didn't see any scouts. There is the hatch for the Zerg player.
Just scouting with Overlords, Sicario is, so he doesn't know if he's Protoss yet or not. This is a very weird play. Why would you put your pylon so close to the ramp? That is definitely not Zerg friendly. Like that's like an appetite for Zerg. Pylon, yum yum.
Protoss going for a very early expo before gateway. Oh, there's the forge. There's the forge with 2 gas. So watching this play, it's pretty amazing. No speedling harass coming from the Zerg, who still has no gases. Protoss wall getting a little bit more healthy. Which is good, because he's not going to have units for a while, considering he went Nexus and then Forge.
It should have been Forge and then Nexus, but
what
do I know?
Risky.
I guess I'm only a bronze, so...
Yep. Here come 6 Zerglings. Going to meet this probe in the middle, perhaps? Yeah, but they're just going to ignore him. Force move. Oh, Zerg spotted it. He's now going after him. Zerg throwing down a 3rd. Before gas, that is 3 hatched before gas, can be extremely powerful if executed properly, can fall really behind if not, considering the Protoss already has 2 gas.
Now, if he's going to do the Ace Fisher build, he's got to have a lot of queens. Use that as defense. So yep. that is a very powerful build. Basically, you drone up to about like 44, but you got to use your queens as defense. But I don't know if it really works against Protoss.
Yeah, that's mainly used against Terrans. Definitely not used against Zerg. But it seems like these are the Protoss went like Forge First Expansion, and the Zerg scouted it with his Overlord, which he still has parked in between the bases there. So he was feeling pretty safe to take that 3rd, which is a standard response. Queen going to take out that scouting probe, but not before it sees that the Zerg player is building 4 gas, or 3 gas, I should say.
So, I'm questioning, is he gonna go for some... He's gonna be getting speed, I would be assuming. Maybe not. I would assume speed. And then why is he getting so much gas?
Yeah, the Protoss player has such a large bank account right now. I'm wondering why he's maybe not researching an upgrade or trying to get units with that second gateway, which might get trapped if he keeps SimCitying like that.
And we do have warp gates in production. However, that gate right there, Devon, it's not roach proof at all. No cannons at all.
There's just one kind of chilling there. Got his robotics bay up, but he is definitely not chrono boosting this warp gate. There is a Zergling at the front to watch for any pushouts. The Zerg is being mindful of what his opponent is doing, and he just threw down his Roach Warren, followed by a macro hatch. So we could be seeing some mass Roach here.
Yeah, with 2 gases for Protoss, so either A is gonna pump out Immortals. He's got a good sentry count here, but I still don't like this. Why is that gate so close? I just don't like it. Sorry. I may be bronze, but I just don't like that.
Let's see, Zerk threw down his hatch at exactly 8, which means that is the Stefano Max Roach build that he is going for. Although he is missing a gas. If he was going to, normally he does it with 4 gases. And he would flood Overlords about now. Protoss player not going to have any of it. Getting them Immortals out, along with Sentries. And another Robo Bay. So he's pretty wary of what's going on. He does have an Observer floating around in the Zerg base. So he's got a pretty good idea of what his opponent's doing.
Yeah, and usually if Zerg's got an Overseer, could get that.
Yep, and the Colossi are coming out along with both attack and defense upgrades. This must be the most greedy Protoss I've ever seen with his super gate into no units. But it's okay because he's got his units out now and his opponent never attacked. So he's got the nice sentry defense.
3 more gateways coming down as well. 4 more gateways. A lot of pylons being laid at the same time. I don't want to apologize. I was a little busy with another player. They're asking a question. Colossus is coming out. He is getting the extended lance as well. We also see the armor level 1, which is kind of interesting. Does he already have weapons? Yeah, he does. Okay.
These roaches that are coming in to attack the Protoss base do have speed. Not sure. It looks like the Protoss is outnumbered. He's not engaging with all his forces right now. He's not using force fields. There we go. He really needs to warp in some more units with those gateways that he hasn't turned into warp gates yet. He does have an Immortal coming from the top base. I'm just not sure if it's going to be enough. There we go. Some great force field play. Don't walk your Colossus through those force fields. There you go. That could have been very bad for him. Opting for a second Colossus. It looks like he's got one one robotics facility dedicated to Colossus, and one dedicated to Immortal. So definitely going for the roach counters here.
He's got a double Robo Bay. Okay, interesting.
Zerg player finally throwing down that 4th gas at his 3rd, and we'll see what he does.
Now roaches can be good, though I don't see any upgrades yet by Zerg, which is kind of weird.
He does have a ranged attack upgrade, but
he's got +1 for his roaches, but that's it.
Wonderful.
And why is the Queen moving out in the middle of the map? Okay.
Yeah, Zerg is not engaging with all his forces. He's really having trouble breaking this Super Sim City, the second Colossae comes out. That's going to seal this battle. And interestingly enough, if you didn't know this, a Zealot will beat a Roach one-on-one without micro. So if you just sit there and let your Zealots beat on those Roaches, and the Roaches don't respond by moving, they will get taken down. Yeah, HC Nebula kind of trash-talking just a little, saying went for a pretty greedy build. It's
No matter if
kind
it's
of
a queen or
passive
not,
trash
it's
talk.
what works. And I don't understand why there was a queen in the middle of the map. Yeah,
just hold
figured that one out.
watchtower. You know how it is.
Yeah, but a queen's slow. And these Colossus and Mortals will just break those roaches.
Yeah.
No, maybe not. Okay. Now
Murdoch's
the
player
Colossus gets
staying.
taken down. The
Yep.
Immortals are gone. Everything is gone except for Oran Colossus. He's living alone.
Run, little man, run. We could see some interesting stutter stepping of this Colossus.
You can't
Oh,
start
it's-
stuff Colossus, but you could try.
it's good to see if they have a massive amount of Zerglings. You can actually attack while moving, and it'll help prevent getting surrounded.